Hello everyone, I am Duke and in today's video we'll be diving into the lore for Konflikt 47. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and for returning viewers, let me know what you think of the setting in the comments below. So the world of Konflikt 47 starts out much like events in our own timeline. World War II is underway and the Americans are looking for a way to end the war. The Manhattan Project proceeds as planned and testing begins, but the results are anything but expected. Despite what should have been early warning signs at the test site in Los Alamos, atomic bombs are produced, and beginning March 11th and ending in the early hours of March 12th, 1944, a solo night mission sets off from RAF Metheringham in England. Carrying a special munition, the atomic bomb codenamed Big Boy, a single bomber is en route to destroy target Dog Able. This was the code name given to the atomic bomb factories in Dresden, Germany. The joint operation between the British and Americans of Konflikt 47 was thought to bring an end to the war, but exactly 3:21 AM local time, 7 seconds behind planned mission schedule, and from an altitude of 30,000 feet, the bomb was dropped, and the war changed. The mission was reported to the President on the 14th of March as a success by General Moriarty, but the report also contained disturbing testimonies and reconnaissance from the mission's pilot. While the bomb destroyed its intended target, it produced a level of destruction unforeseen by the Los Alamos team and resulted in the opening of the Dresden Rift. This rift changed the course of the war, but it should have been foreseen by the scientists of Los Alamos. During atomic testing, the Manhattan Project team detonated their test device and ripped open a hole in the very fabric of the universe. From this anomaly in space-time dubbed a rift, strange energies and anomalies occurred, and it was thought to be a potent weapon for use against the Germans. In truth, it was, but the rift at Los Alamos and the rift in Dresden did not dissipate, and strange energies and anomalies that were reported at both sites continued. The energies emanating from the rifts created rapid technological development in the world of Konflikt 47. These technologies, known as rift tech, helped all of the combatants in the war develop terrible new weapons and war engines for use alongside the conventional weaponry they had used prior to the rift's opening. Rift repulsor tech sees American soldiers take to the air on jetpacks, while the Japanese utilize rift tech to phase through the material world and attack from nowhere like ghosts. For the Americans, they see the advancements created from the rift in Los Alamos as nothing short of divine work and proof that America has been chosen by God to fight for freedom against the fascists and communists of the world. Meanwhile, in the Soviet bloc, tensions frayed between the Soviets and their Western allies as the rift tech developed from the Dresden Rift caused great losses to the Soviets as the Axis gained new power. The breaking point between the Soviets and the West was when the President declared America to be chosen by God to fight against fascists and communists. Enraged, the Soviets cut ties, but without a rift of their own they became the third major player in a war they were outgunned in. But Soviet intelligence networks, reverse-engineered walker and powered armor technology, and pioneering research into genetic manipulation have seen the Soviets rise as a major contender in Konflikt 47. Now the third major power in the war, the Soviets' first major goal is to capture the ruins of Dresden and attain a rift of their own. From there, they will rapidly advance their technological capabilities and turn their sights to conquest and the spread of communism throughout the world. For the British Commonwealth in Konflikt 47, they are still allied with the United States, but the sharing of information between the two powers has slowed recently, with rift technology being less readily shared than it was previously. When the Dresden Rift gave the Axis and Japanese forces access to new horrific weapons of war, from powerful walkers, genetically engineered soldiers, and even some reports of the dead walking the battlefield once more, Britain found its territories assaulted on all fronts. Desperately holding back the tide as their enemies advanced on them with powerful rift tech, the resources of Britain were quickly running dry, and their losses were great as they struggled to hold their ground. To combat this, Britain passed new laws and parliamentary acts that effectively brought every Commonwealth resource under the control of London and Whitehall. From that moment, the losses of Britain were bolstered by the vast resources of the Commonwealth nations, and any nation with the king as its sovereign came directly under London's control. This allowed the British vital breathing room to steady their position while the United States sent rift tech and walkers to aid their allies. With Rift Tech and Walker technology now in their hands, British ingenuity and the greatest minds of the nation in Bletchley Park made advancements of their own. Based on Turing's original work and building on Britain's already world-leading expertise in robotics and computing, vast strides in automation meant factories could work day and night to assist the British war effort. This freed up many able-bodied soldiers to send to the front while robotics automated the factories in the British Commonwealth, and then Bletchley Park took their work further and made their greatest breakthrough artificial intelligence. Now with their famous automated infantry assisting their soldiers on the front lines, weathering the storm of gunfire to protect the lives of British soldiers, the British Commonwealth has regained its strength. Then, combining the Walker technology of the Americans with their expertise in AI, the Merlin Heavy Walker strode into battle with a human pilot's skill and expertise greatly enhanced by AI assistance, while smaller American Grizzly and Guardian Walkers advanced at their side, and the British soldiers brought the power of Tesla technology to bear against their enemies. From their once precarious position on the precipice, the British Commonwealth has risen anew as a deadly contender in the world of Konflikt 47, and whatever happens next, the empire on which the sun never sets will not go down without a fight. But over in Germany, with their enemies arrayed against them, the Axis suffered in 1944 and the bombing of Dresden should have signalled the end of the war for Germany. However, the Dresden Rift gave them access to rapid technological advancement, and far from crippling Germany with the removal of their atomic bomb factories, it changed them into a formidable force once more. The Green Vault, a secretive organisation that has long pulled the strings from the shadows, arose and discarded the Third Reich, taking over control of the Axis and arising anew. Terrifying experiments in genetic engineering made Shrek Wolf soldiers a reality, grotesque fusions of man and wolf that hunt down enemies in battle. All the while the horrific Nachtjäger human-bat hybrids take to the skies in assault squads. In the vast ranks of their armoured divisions backed by the more traditional tanks and vehicles, the Axis have Walker technology of their own, moving through the battle on spider-like limbs, and their Stahltruppen march forward in suits of powered armour. For the Axis, even death may not end a soldier's service, as the Totenkorps bring the zombified remains of the fallen back into the fight, much to the disgust of their enemies and even some of their allies. And speaking of allies, as allies to the Germans, the Japanese have gained Rift technology of their own, and the Japanese Empire has grown to become an industrial powerhouse on the world stage. With the meticulous study and refinement of Axis Rift technology, the Empire of Japan has uniquely mastered their advancements and gained an unprecedented ability to manipulate the physical world. Stealth and phasing technologies allow the Japanese Empire to support Axis-inspired walkers with bizarre ghost battalions and soldiers clad in powered armour. These elite ghost units can temporarily phase out of sync with the material world, allowing them to pass through walls and other obstacles to strike at the heart of enemy defences. The Japanese armies are supported by powerful technologies, and they have mastered many of the technologies they have gained from the Axis nations. Of all the technologies they have refined and improved on, the Shibito infantry are their most vile. Refined from the technologies used to create the Totenkorps of Germany, the Shibito have all the resilience of their Axis cousins, while being supported by highly manoeuvrable armies that prove hard to pin down. With these advancements and refinements of Axis Rift Tech, the Japanese have a renewed hope for victory, a victory not gained by negotiating and compromise, but won at the edge of the sword to the throat of their enemies. And with that comes the end of our short introduction to the world of Konflikt 47. Which factions are you most excited to learn about? Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in getting a first look at some of the new miniatures for Konflikt 47, click the video link to your left and learn some quick tips for painting urban camo on the new Stahltruppen power armoured soldiers. Alternatively, to explore the lore for games like Trench Crusade and 1490 Doom, click the video link to your left. For discounts on your hobby supplies, check out my affiliate links in the video description, and with that, I'll say thank you for watching and I'll see you all soon.